Good morning, and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. Excuse me while I just get comfortable here for a minute. I'm Kim, and I'm your host on this little podcast where I'll be talking about some spinning and knitting that I've been doing. I haven't really been doing any dyeing of yarn this week. But anyways, I'm located right outside of Lima, Ohio, and this is podcast number 142, and today is November 20th. Happy Thanksgiving early, or some of you it might be a little bit late depending on when you watch it. I'm so happy you guys have come to visit with me today. It's a rather chilly, snowy day, but you know what? When you get to sit down with friends and just chat, it helps make the day seem a little bit brighter. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see, what am I forgetting? I think I got it all. Anyways, I'm located on Ravelry as NapiersKnits. Oh, it's gonna be one of those where I can't remember everything. And also, we have our podcast group of Naturally Kim's Knitting, where you can come and you can share what you've been working on. I might actually put up a chat thread or two where we can start chatting on there. It's kind of a fun thing to do. Anyways, then I also have an Etsy store called NapiersKnits, and on Instagram I'm knitting_Kim, and on YouTube, Blogger, and WordPress I'm Naturally Kim's Knitting. Okay, we haven't had anybody new join this week, but that's okay. You know what? It's a very busy time of year between knitting and Thanksgiving, and then you have Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Oh yeah, and Saturday is small store shopping day or whatever it's called. Uh, it gets to be rather busy, and then you have, your Thanksgiving get-togethers and your Christmas get-togethers. So, it's a busy time. Anyways, I do want to let you know about some knit-alongs that we have going on right now. If you join Naturally Kim's Knitting, you can take care of that. I mean, you can take care of that. It is one of those. You can take part in any of these knit-alongs. You cannot win if you're not a member. I am sorry about that. Some of our knit-alongs actually can go together, so you can multi-dip or whatever you want to say, as long as it follows rules, and you can put them in other people's knit-alongs as long as it follows everybody's rules. So there we go. I'll tell you, I will just put a little word in here right now. The reason why I'm so flustered today is I ended up having to go to the doctor's office first thing this morning rather than podcasting. So it feels very weird. It's like 12:30 and I'm just taping right now. So that's why I'm a little bit, scatterbrained, I guess. So on with our knit-alongs. We have a finished object knit-along, which we start every month new. I am so sorry. I apologize for my mouth, and yeah. All you have to do is post a picture of your finished object and the pattern name, and usually the first day of the next month, I close that thread and I draw and I see who wins. And due to postage and the fact that things aren't going to get anywhere very fast this time of year, I'm just doing patterns right now. So it would be a Ravelry pattern, and we will see. The amounts might vary depending, but otherwise, probably not, because I really don't have a first, second, and third. But I offer another pattern for every 10 entries that we have. Okay, on with another one. Then we have something that is very dear to my heart. If you have followed along, you know I knit for others quite often. I've always got a pair of socks on my needles for a soup kitchen. I have chemo caps that I do for kids. I just love knitting for others. If I've got some Christmas gifts that are going to be knitted this year, and it's just a fun time, fun thing. And so since I believe a lot of people like to knit for others, every year for the months of November and December, I open up a thread or a contest for knitting for others. and that's November and December. You couldn't have started before November 1st, but you do have to be finished by December 31st. Okay? Then we have Myla's Knit Corner Knit Along. I love Myla's patterns, and this is just, we're working on the Wonder Shawl, and it was going to be a 2-month knit along, but I decided with the knitting for others and the knitting, just knitting craziness right now, I'm going to extend it to another month. So it'll be November, December, and January. I will show you my progress on my shawl in just a minute. But Myla's helping us to save money on the shawl. All you have to do is, on the checkout screen where it says something about discount code, put KIM in there, Kim, and you will get money off of the pattern. She's also going to donate one of her patterns for one of the winners of the contest. So yay! Oh, and like I said, all of my knit-alongs can basically be you can enter in more than one. So if you're making the shawl but you're making it for someone else, you could put it in both those. If you get it done by the end of the month, you could put it in there. If not, if you get done before, in the month of December, you could put it there, or January. So yay. So, okay, I've got some things to show you. I'm so excited. I love being able to show my stuff to you guys. Well, I might as well start here. I've got a little book on my lap that I don't want to forget to share with you guys. I didn't work on the Afghan this week. I know. I had all these plans that I'm going to get it done by Christmas. Well, no. Because I've been working on other things. I don't want to lose my needles or my stitches. This is the Garden Gnome Hoodie. I'm on the hood. Look at that. And this is by Expat, I want to get her name right. I know her name, but Knitting Expat Designs, or Mina Philipp is the designer. And isn't this cute? This is my own yarn. I didn't grow the merino, but this is a superwash merino nylon blend, and I dyed it with Kool-Aid. And look at that. This is for my granddaughter because she wanted a kitty cat hoodie. So I'm going to put a little kitty cat, get my fingers in the right place. Well, somewhere on the front. So yes, oh, I love this. Anything else? Let's see. Doing the size 4, which is 3.5 millimeter, and size 7, which is 4.5 millimeter needles. And I'm not going to have enough yarn to finish that. So I just had to, I asked my husband, can I get some more roving? And so I can dye it? And he goes, oh yeah, go ahead. So it's coming. I haven't got it yet. Then I have to go through the whole process of dyeing it and spinning it before I knit it, but that's okay. I don't mind doing any of that. Okay, so that's that one. I don't want to forget that little book. Okay. Well, it's not mine. The Throwback Sweater. I love this. Isn't that gorgeous? It's the throwback cardigan. I finished this sleeve, except for weaving in the end. Nice long cuff. Look at that color. Isn't that color gorgeous? So, yeah. I should move my progress marker. I'm not, well, I guess when I'm finished this week, because I did all of this and all of this sleeve since I saw you guys last. Okay, all of this. No, I didn't. Ignore that. I have worked, I was going to say I didn't get that much done, from here to here this week. I'm going to finish that cuff, and then I'm going to start working on the band. But I am loving this, and I dropped my phone, which, as you know, has my show notes on it. So this is a sample knit, I should say that, for catcarri on Ravelry. And I used Malabrigo Rios, Paris Nights Natural, Hojas, and Frank Ochre. And the needles were size 8, which is 5 millimeter, and size 7, which is 4.5 millimeter. And the design, I should say, is by Drea, Renee Knits. I love her patterns, because if I find a pattern I really like, I then go to that person's site and I see what else they've got. And there are a lot of beautiful sweaters. So, yes. Not sweaters, not only sweaters, but patterns. Okay, you're going to have to go that way, aren't you? It's going to be a silly thing. I really didn't, I was going to say who these are for. I really didn't work on these socks because, but these are a Christmas gift. Yeah, you can tell I haven't made much progress on these because, which bag is it? There it is. My other Christmas socks that I was knitting. You know how at the end of my podcast I always say, and if you make a mistake, I hope it's one that that's easy to correct. I had to rip out both socks because if you notice, this is a different color than this. Well, I was on the cuff and I was running out of yarn, and I told my hubby, it is for a gentleman, and I said, I cannot make him anklets. Not too many men wear anklets. And so I thought, okay, what do I have to blend with it? So I got out some of my own home-dyed or hand-dyed yarn to mix with it, and it's with the Gale Arts Yosemite? I can't remember, but I had to rip it all out and start over. So I've been working on those quite a bit because I feel bad, and so I really want to get these done. And I will. But it just means some things always have to take a back seat when you do that. Because sometimes the way I do things, I will work on something for a little bit, and then when I start going, it's time to go on to a new project. My soup kitchen socks were ready for the cuffs, or the ribbing on the cuffs. There we go. I'll just show you one of them. So see, I like this. And then the cuff or the ribbing will be that. It's the same as the toe and nail. So aren't those pretty? Somebody's going to enjoy those. I had to work on those quite a bit last Wednesday and Sunday, and I'll probably take them with me tomorrow. And I might finish them while I'm volunteering tomorrow. We'll see. I don't want to promise anything. Oh, okay. And then, well, might as well show you my next chemo cap, because I did finish one, and I'll show that to you in a minute. So there's the new one. Just started that yesterday. Did that while I was bouncing yesterday. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use the same pattern as I did for this hat. Oh, I thought I wove that in. Oops. This is the finished one. Or if I'll change to a different pattern. Sometimes I like to mix things up. I'm going to have to decide before long. Then, you know, I don't always show you if I'm participating or not in a knit along. Well, I can't help it. I am. I have to participate anyways because it's Myla. Myla, I love your patterns. This one is no different. I love that. I do get a little confused sometimes when I'm doing the wrong side of it, but I've caught myself every time I've almost made a mistake. But that's just like 2 days knitting for me. sorry. And I told you I was going to do it out of some fun yarn. Look at that yarn. So this is some of that Yarnspirations Caron Cakes. I bought this to make a poncho for my granddaughter. She didn't want a poncho. So I've put it aside trying to decide what I was going to do with it. I just think this would be perfect. The colorway is Plum Crisp. Look at those colors. Aren't those cool? And I still have a little ways more to go with this first color. So I am so excited. Yay! So what are you guys working on that you're excited about? Now just share that with me. I kind of want to know. Not even kind of. I do want to know. You know, I realize we can't talk back and forth when I'm filming. I wish we could. Because, you know, I feel like I feel like it should be show and tell time. I'm showing you mine. Now show me what you're working on. But that's okay. I see your finished objects. And, oh, each week when I go, well, each day, I go through and I look at them and it's like, oh. And I try not to reply on the picture because that throws the count off when I do random number generator. But it's very hard sometimes because you guys do such great work. Oh, anyways, I told you what I finished. I've got a list of craft-alongs that we're going to be starting in the new year. Well, after when I get to a spot where we can. So I suppose that would be after the knitting for others. But if you have any other craft ideas, there's a thread on Naturally Kim's Knitting. Just go ahead and put your ideas there. I'll add them to the list, and we'll see what we end up doing next time. I am excited. There's some really good ideas. Now, you know, I always ask if you have questions for me, and I don't know. I just love it when you ask me questions. And I mentioned last week that my 6 heels in 5 days was not my record, because my record was, I don't know if it's actually a record, but 4 heels in 3 days, the what that I did before. But somehow it always turns out that when I'm ready to do heels on one sock, I need to do heels on all my socks. And sometimes it's just easier to sit there and work on one heel, put it aside, work on another heel, put it aside, until all at once I can't count anymore, then I stop for the night. Or it's time to go to bed. But, so yeah, the most I could possibly do is 6 heels in a certain span of time. But I'm getting there. And the same person told me that they thought the Throwback Sweater is really very good. Is there any chance that I will do modeled photographs when it's completed? It's not for me. It's not the right size for me. That is for catcarri. So it gets sent off to her as soon as I get it done and blocked. Sorry. The most I can ever do is just hold it up and show you guys. It's lovely. And then I asked about what colors you guys like, and do you like variegated, self-striping, solid colors, what you like for yarns, because after the new year I would like to get back into dyeing yarns for the shop again, but I'd like to have some ideas. I'm not real sure if I'm going to be selling my yarn through Etsy still, or if I will do it through here, but either way, I still would like to know what you're interested in, because there's no sense in, like, if I were to make tons and tons of variegated, but you guys want self-striping, or you want all solid or whatever. So the last comment was just that what their favorite color is and what kind. So yay. In fact, if you'd be interested in something besides fingering weight yarn, let me know. I'll see what I can do. Okay, on to other stuff. I do need to let you know, Knitpicks is having a huge sale. You need to go over there and check things out. But if you do, click on one of my links, and it will take you there, and I'll get a couple pennies that, you know, I can use for prizes, or I can use for different things for you guys. Anyways, they have their comfy yarns on sale for 20% off right now. Yeah, that I put down, plus they're having a big sale throughout their store. Guess what? I got another chemo cap done for my resolution, so up to 24. I'm not going to meet my resolution this year, but I'm going to see what I've done this year and see if I can at least match it or not, if not exceed it next year. And I did review a new book. It's called Lists to Live By. It is a wonderful book to help you get inspired or focused for time with God. It's a great book. I really love it. I had the Kindle edition. I don't have the cover of it anymore, else I would show it to you. But it's really, really good. Okay, then if you're interested, I will try to post, well, I will at least have all the yarns on my show notes on WordPress and on Blogger. I try to put them on Ravelry. Sometimes they take, sometimes they don't. So if you're interested in any of those, just let me know. Otherwise, this has been a very fast broadcast or podcast. I think I got everything. I didn't show you my spinning. I wish I could, but it's all, I'm still working on it. I don't know if you guys know what Manx are, but I found somebody that had Manx roving for sale, and I just really wanted to try it, so I got some. I'm also going to be trying different things this year. I want to try spinning camel or yak, or, you know, see what they're like, see what their texture's like. So that's what I've been doing, spinning. I've just been having fun with different textures. Anyways, I hope you guys don't mind. I feel like I've been talking super fast. But I hope you guys have a super wonderful Thanksgiving in the United States and a super wonderful week for everybody. I hope that you don't make any mistakes, but if you do, I hope they're little ones, not like my big one that I made. I hope they're easy to correct. I love you guys, and big, big hugs, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.